Welcome to the Stephen King Movie Club. As always, I am your host, Matt, and I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Did you get what you wanted? I wanted Rose Tyler wearing nothing but a bow, but alas, it has escaped me for yet another year. I'm hoping one day. If Billy Piper's watching this, I'm so serious. Anyway, moving on to the show. Before I get going on Storm of the Century, I want to announce the winner from the last episode of the Stephen King Movie Club, which can be viewed by clicking up here, somewhere, possibly over here, assuming you're watching this on YouTube. YouTube user AFI Movie Lover, you've won! Congratulations! You get a copy of Stephen King's new novel, 11/22/63, and a copy of Carrie on DVD. Please send me an email at skfancast@yahoo.com so I can get your shipping info from you. As I stated in the last episode, there will be spoilers within this show. If you haven't seen Storm of the Century and you want to watch it before you watch this, then turn this show off now and return later. I know some of you won't bother watching the movie until after this. However, I am breezing over this movie a bit, so if this convinces you to watch the movie, you can still enjoy it. For those of you that are noticing what I'm skipping over, don't ruin it. Let these people that have yet to watch it go see what they missed and enjoy. On with the movie. Storm of the Century takes place in 1989 on Little Tall Island off of the coast of Maine. The population is around 400, and half the town's population has elected to stay on the mainland for a time due to the large storm that seems to be coming in. A mysterious man blows into town and murders an old woman, which puts this tiny community on red alert in the midst of a huge storm that is supposed to be coming in. The murder is reported and the town constable is dispatched to take care of the criminal who is reportedly still in the dead woman's house. We soon find out that the perpetrator's name is Andre Lenoge and that he has an almost supernatural power of knowing the secrets of everybody he comes into contact with. He does not struggle and is arrested, taken into custody, and housed in a single jail cell in the back room of a town store, which is owned and operated by the town constable. And in case you missed the part previously, this town has like 400 people in it. I guess that's how they roll in tiny towns like that. They try desperately to contact the state police on the mainland to take him into custody so they don't have to have this bad man on the island during this huge storm, but all to no avail. Shortly after, a couple of people commit suicide, leaving behind notes that say, "Give me what I want and I'll go away." That's interesting because Lenoge said the exact same thing to Mike, the constable, when he was being arrested. One of the men to commit suicide is one of the men that was set to guard Lenoge while he was in his cell. He is turned into an automatic writer, and that is his suicide note that he leaves hanging around his neck just before he hangs himself. People start leaving their homes and heading to town hall where provisions have been put in place to act as an emergency shelter. Because of the strange happenings, the constable calls on men of the town to double the guard. Then there's a murder at town hall, and the girl that committed the crime says that we should give him what he wants, so he'll go away. Then another suicide, also at town hall, with the same cryptic message written on the bathroom mirrors where the suicide took place. The constable leaves to take some of the townsfolk down to town hall and to bring more dudes to take turns watching Lenoge. As the men are returning to the store, Lenoge sets his sights on one of the men watching him and begins taunting him. Just as he is about to shoot the prisoner, Lenoge begins to emanate a bright light and blows the door off of his cell. As he is leaving the jail/storeroom, he says, "Give me what I want and I'll go away." The storm is now raging, and the constable decides that the only thing that will come of going on a manhunt for Lenoge is a group of meat popsicles, so they all head down to town hall figuring they can fight the good fight from there. That night, while most of the townsfolk are sleeping, they all share a dream that shows a news report of after the storm that depicts the townsfolk of having disappeared during the storm. Then they are shown a dream in which the entire town walks into the roiling Atlantic Ocean during the storm while apologizing for not giving him what he wanted. In the morning, the people staying at the town hall pile outside where they are treated to the sight of the lighthouse crumbling into the sea. While they watch, several people come up missing. A supply run is needed, so off goes the constable with some dudes to collect some supplies. While they are across town, they find the body of one of the missing people, and upon returning to town hall, they find out that the only one of the missing people that has returned to the group has a story for them. Her explanation of what happened is pretty crazy. She claims that all the missing people were taken up into the sky by Linoge, and they were flying over the island. The dream last night was repeated to the abductees, and all but this one survivor were allowed to fall to their deaths. While this is being recounted to anyone that will listen, the 8 children of the town fall unconscious for seemingly no reason at all. All their vital signs are fine, however, so the parents have that at least. Linoge shows up at town hall and takes someone hostage, threatening to make her set herself on fire. Mike doesn't approach Linoge. Linoge tells him that they are going to have a town meeting to discuss what it is that he wants that will make him go away. At the town meeting, it is revealed that Linoge wants one of the children of Little Tall Island to raise as his protege, I guess. If the town refuses his request, then the dreams they all shared last night would become true. The town votes, and they decide that Linoge is capable of what he claims, and he will do it. With no other choice, they decide to go along with what he says. At the moment the vote is finalized, Linoge appears and asks them for their decision. He then invites one parent of each child onto stage and has them reach into a bag that contains 7 white stones and a single black stone. The constable's wife is the one that draws the black stone, and Linoge absconds with our lead character's son. And that's the movie in a nutshell. And now I want to discuss it a bit. I'm going to first refer to comments that were sent to me from Luann. She drew a comparison between this movie and another Stephen King movie that I'm sure will be covered in another future episode of the Stephen King Movie Club, Rose Red. She points out the guy that I spoke of earlier that was turned into an automatic writer and then hung himself. It's been a while since I've seen Rose Red, and I don't recall this, but apparently there is a character in Rose Red that does the same. King loves connecting his stories. Bryant from the Honk Mafa blog says that Andre Linoge is possibly the best villain from any of King's movies. This is mainly due to the acting, and Colm Fiore does a great job and doesn't overact the part. He provides the example of Jamie Sheridan as Randall Flagg from The Stand as trying to overdo the scariness of the character and how that ruined the character of Randall Flagg for him. I agree with Brian's praise of Colm in this role. He was great for this movie. I also agree with your criticism of Jamie Sheridan as Randall Flagg. Brian also points out how awesome Jeffrey DeMunn is as town manager in this movie and as Dale in The Walking Dead. And I couldn't agree more. He's also great in The Mist, and he did a reading for Stephen King's The Colorado Kid audiobook, and I love that he can easily lapse in and out of the main accent that he shows in this movie. Another note Bryant points out is how much King likes to terrorize small towns with an evil presence and focus on how the town handles that situation. This and Needful Things are great examples. I would also include Dead Zone, The Dark Half, and Cujo, all of which take place in the same small town as Needful Things. Also Salem's Lot, Tommyknockers, Bag of Bones, Haven, which is actually a TV show, not a movie, but you get the point. And if you're a fan of King's books, and I know for a fact that you are, Bryant, I could also point out Under the Dome, The Colorado Kid, and I just realized this list is far too long for me to recount. That's it for this episode of the Stephen King Movie Club. Next episode is going to be on The Langoliers, which was a mini-series that deals with wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, and has the absolute worst CGI monsters in film to date. I decided on The Langoliers because I asked all the Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus people what movie I should cover on the next episode, and Langoliers was the winner. If you want to take part in these votings, you will have to like, circle, or follow the Stephen King Fancast on Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus. I plan on doing a virtual viewing party for the Langoliers, and I'm gonna be doing it via GetGlue. For more info, you can hit the link in the description below to find out when I'll be watching so you can join in. The movie is available for instant viewing on Netflix, so if you're a Netflix user, just hit the link in the description below. If you don't want to do that, then you can always hit up Stephen King Fancast on Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus and leave your thoughts on the movie there, or leave them in the comments below so I can share them on the next episode. I'm doing another giveaway this time, and this time I have for you an autographed copy of The Nerdist Way by Chris Hardwick. And I want to show you, there's the autograph. And you will also get a DVD copy of Storm of the Century. To be eligible to win said prize, hit the like button on this video and leave a comment below, possibly about what your thoughts on the Langoliers are, or how much you like my beard, because beards are cool. The winner will be announced on the next episode, so join me next time, and please have a safe and happy New Year.